means that they're good in bed, basically. But it also means kind of, you know, if somebody's had a decent, you know, if you say that, I was going to use the example of Peyton Manning. If you have a sports person who's retiring, you say, oh, they've had a decent ride, but probably not the best example to use in this circumstance. So yeah, this is about a taxi driver in Edinburgh, and taxi drivers in Chicago, it's a very different sort of thing. That a taxi driver in Edinburgh is usually, I mean, taxi drivers in Chicago or in American cities, they tend to be people that have come into the country, tend to be immigrants, kind of low-paid workers. Taxi drivers in Edinburgh are the exact opposite. They're total fucking bastards. Every single one of them. They're all kind of white, indigenous guys who've worked in the building trade for years, and they've got fed up working in construction sites, and that's what they do. As soon as they get money, they buy a taxi. So everybody that's dodgy in Edinburgh drives a taxi, basically. And this character is called Juice Terry. He's a guy that I've kind of keep coming back to. He's a sort of he's a serial kind of philandering guy. He's a drug dealer. He's a kind of gonzo porn star. He makes his own sort of pornography. But worst of all, he's a fucking taxi driver in Edinburgh, which is kind of beyond the pale thing to be. They actually had a documentary program that maybe about 8 years it would be now, and they had this guy going to all different cities all over the world to try and score drugs. You know, just come out in the train station in the city, and they would try to score drugs. And I think, you know, they went to New York. It was like 22 minutes it took them before somebody offered them drugs. In Edinburgh, it took 18 seconds. He jumped out of the train into the taxi. The taxi driver goes, "You want to start it out, pal? What you want? What you looking for? Speed, cocaine, bit of acid, bit of smack." So Terry, this is Terry's life. But also, and he drives a taxi basically to pick up women and to deal drugs, to drop off drugs. He's not really that interested in taxi driving, kind of in fares and stuff like that. But we've also, the story takes place when we had the first ever hurricane in over 100 years to hit Scotland, and it was called, you know, it actually had a name. It had a kind of, you know, they give them like Hurricane Katrina, they give them sort of kind of women's names and all that. But the locals called it Hurricane Ball Bag. And a ball bag in Scottish is a scrotum. So the hurricane was called Hurricane Scrotum, which is quite a strange thing, because, you know, as soon as people start calling something like that in the vernacular, the news media actually embrace it. And so you have the plummy newscaster going, so-called Hurricane Bobag made his presence felt. So it's a bizarre place. And, you know, the longer I'm away, the more kind of strange it kind of seems. So Hurricane Bobag's about to hit Scotland, and here's Juice Terry, kind of just a short passage here. Talk about fucking warning bells. It's pissing wet with these gales, and there's this lass here walking down Queensferry Road, which is fucking deserted. She's heading towards the Forth Road Bridge. At this time, and in this weather. Affair's a fair, but Besides, the jumpers are usually guys. Very seldom do you get Fanny try to top itself that way. Aye, they put us on a course so as we could spot the Harry Carey crew. They tell us all the things you need to say to stop them, like counselling and that. Not that I ever fucking will bother, Some cunt wants to jump, let them fucking well jump, Never mind that nanny state George Bernard Shaw's. Some cunts made their mind up about it. They must have fucking good reasons. It's not for the likes of a total stranger to say otherwise. Wouldn't it be me anyway? Jump off a cliff, then some bird phones you up the next day, deciding she's going to give you her hole after all. Nah, fuck that. Too much to live for me, Mind you, I can understand how some gadgets that aren't getting a ride would want to jump. Fuck that for a game of soldiers. But with a lassie it's different. Nobody in their right mind wants to see a good bird going to waste. A bird's minge is meant to be all hot for the rumpy pumpy, not all cold, stretched out on a slab. Oh, there's some dirty cunts who would fucking go for that. I blame that fucking internet. Letting bairns watch extreme porn when they've not even had a proper fucking wank. That would fuck any cunt say that. Too right. I mean, I've made the odd scud flick, aye, but it's I being consenting adults, nae fucking dodgy stuff. So I stops and the lassie gets into the cab. Her hair's plastered to her head by the rain, the long black coat's heavy with it, and her eyes are all fogged over. All right, doll, bit blustery to be out the night, but never heard the hurricane ball bag. But this bird, she's just standing there, staring off into space with these dark eyes, probably brown, set in a roundish face. The lights are on, but they can't see him. The bridge, she says in an accent that's either posh Scottish or English. So what's happening here at the bridge? She suddenly looks at us all offended, like it's none of my business. Didn't look at us like that, I'm going, with that moosey face on. See if you jump off that bridge, it's my case, the police got on. I've got to ask these questions. She's looking right at us. Her moose gone all tight, like I've rumbled her. But that's up to you, I shrugs. It's your business. Just tell me if you are, so I can give the busy some story. Like you told me you were going to your sister's in Inverkeithing, then you said you were sick and you had to get out and puke, and the next thing, you just couched yourself right over that rail. That sort of shite. Got to cover my arse, but She puts her head in her hands and mumbles something I didn't catch, then jerks up and goes, I can get out here. No, I'll take you to the bridge. I shakes my head. The way I see it, if you're determined to do it, you fucking well will. And it's kicking up big time inside. Might as well go out there in comfort, eh? And she doesn't even flinch at that. Tell you one thing, but puts her in the picture. You're not getting out of here without paying your fare first. I wasn't. I've got money. She reaches into her purse. How much? £70 and some change. No being wide, I goes, glancing in the mirror. But you might as well just hand it all over. If you're sure like. That would be a wasted dosh, eh? Jumping with all that in your pockets. No being wide like. The lassie looks angry, staring at us for the first time, then shrugs and settles back into the seat. If I was ever in any doubt that this was the right time to leave this fucking place, you would have convinced me. And she reaches forward again and shows me the contents of the purse. I stops at the red light, reaches through the Judas hole and takes the poppy, crams it in my pocket. The road's empty, thank fuck. I'm not being funny, and I'm not trying to stop you, genuine, but I've got to ask, what's a good-looking young lassie like you want to do this for? You wouldn't understand. Nobody does. Well, explain to us, I goes, because they said that on the course. Keep them talking. Get them fucking talking. What's your name? I'm Terry, by the way. I get known as Juice Terry because I worked on the juice lorries way back. Sometimes Scud Terry because, well, I'll not bore you with the details. My name is Sarah Ann Lamont, she says, like she's a robot. I get called Sal, S-A-L, Sarah Ann Lamont. Right, you flew up here, Sal? Yeah, Portobello originally, but I've lived in London for years. Lamont, you said? Aye? Yeah. At least it isn't Lawson. Thank fuck, you've got to check with that cunt of an old man of mine, having chucked his spunk around town like a lunatic spraying asylum walls. What's it you do down here like? What sort of work are you in? Another bitter wee shrug. Then she pushes his wet tresses of hair out her eyes. A right place, though the rest of the world seems to disagree. Now got a fella in there. Somebody will be worried about you. Ha! She laughs cynically. I'm fleeing an emotionally abusive relationship. I'm back in my home city with a specially commissioned play at the Traverse. It was supposed to be the return of the prodigal daughter, but the critics have not been kind and I've had enough. Does that answer your questions? So you're going to kill yourself over a fella in a play? You don't understand. Find another fella! Write another play if that yin was shite. I shot this prisoner of war scud flick once. They do like it up them. Wasn't it that great? But it didn't deter. It wasn't shite, she goes. Now angry for the first time. You just don't get it, but I'm not surprised. Alright, so the bar's going to be fish food in 20 minutes, but I'm not that struck in her patter, eh? Oh, I see. I didn't understand because I just drive a cab. Is that it? Because I drive a taxi. I can't be expected to understand the complex mind of an artiste. I didn't say that. I've done a fair bit of acting. No stage, but screen. I understand the process of how you can, I tell her. People think that Scud's just about banging away. But as my mate Sigboy says, we're telling a story here, and you've got to ken your lines, and you've got to be able to hit your mark. I'm not saying I'm fucking Brad Pitt, but then again, I'm not saying that cunt's just Terry. Last year when we were shooting Dr. Scheme, a thorough examination, I had to stick one thermometer up this bird's fanny, the other up her arse, and say, the Horace Hall's the one that gets his fat dick, baby. Sounds fucking straightforward, but it's not that easy when there's cameras on you, lights shining in your coupe and a boom mic overhead, and Sigboy prancing about shouting fucking orders at you. But she's off on one, but all good, let them talk, the boy in the course says. All I ever wanted to do was write. 4 years of my life went into that play, and they didn't get it, they didn't get me. The sneering men I could understand, that cabal of sad old queens, but when the jealous fucking so-called sisters turned on me, she shakes her head, letting her wet locks fly. No, I've had enough. There's no lot you can say to that. I look at her in the mirror. She reminds me of that bird for Liverpool that I made Anal Torpedo 3 with. That was when I played the captain on the whaling ship, crewed by lasses all wearing fishnet tights. Catchphrase, there she blows. She's gone all quiet as we're passing the Barton roundabout, her hands clasped together on her lap, head bowed, staring at them. So I think, fuck it, I'll make a cheeky wee move. Listen, this might seem a wee bit naughty, Sal, but can I ask you a favour? She looks at me like I'm fucking tapped. What? You want a favour from me? What favour can I do anyone now? Well, I was just wondering, see if you're in any big hurry. I shrugs, giving her the cheeky wee smile. Any chance that we ride before you jump? What? Her face sort of twists and then she's silent again. Suits me. She's not saying aye, but she's not saying no. I was just wondering, Sal, I ken it's a wee bit cheeky, but you ken that old phrase, a quiet bairn gets out. Maybe just go out with a bang, your last night on earth. Tell you what, I give you a good fucking cow, pardon my French. You want to have sex with me? Ha! Suicide Sal laughs, her voice going all high like she can't believe what she's hearing. And fuck, she's getting out of her coat and pulling off her jumper, she's sitting there in a black bra. Go ahead, do what the fuck you like. And I does it alright, heading off the slip road just before the bridge toll booth comes into view. The howling wind is that strong, I can barely move the door at first. But with a ride in the back, it could be on its side and buried under an avalanche and I'd still be able to fucking well open it. Fasten your seatbelt, hen, I shouts at her, because we could be in for some offy bumpy, rumpy pumpy. Thank you for your indulgence, folks.